I went and watched the Super Mario Galaxy movie on premiere night, and I must say, I was expecting a mess, but this movie immediately tells you what it is. It's chaotic, it's fast paced, and honestly, it's just a really fun watch. But a lot of you are asking this question, is it good? And the first thing I want to talk about is how awesome like the opening of the movie was. Like, we see Mario and Luigi get the fire flower, and for one, the outfits look awesome and the sound design is perfect, but their mission is to go and check on this scary sounding monster that is in this tunnel. And when they go in there, it turns out just to be Yoshi, and I'm not gonna lie, it didn't take long for Yoshi to become my favorite character in the entire movie. Like, he has no dialogue, but the way that he just moves around and interacts with other characters, I just loved it. And I'll get into this more later, but the sound design in this movie is perfect and is just fully nostalgia, and I just loved it. And really quick, I want to talk about Bowser, or Bowsers, in this situation, because the first thing we see baby Bowser do is he tries to go kidnap a princess. So it's safe to say that this princess obsession goes further than just one Bowser. And speaking of Bowser Jr., he goes to capture his dad, and it turns out this guy's grand plan was to just steal Princess Peach's entire castle. And I don't know where he was gonna go with this, but Mario and Luigi successfully stop him, unintentionally dropping the castle out of the sky, and they land on some random planet where you think it's gonna be some big escape scene or like some big hurdle they have to get over. But if I had a nickel for every time they got stranded on a planet in this movie, I would have more than one, which is weird at first because it happened more than once. And I'm gonna be completely honest here, I think one, if not both, of the sequences of them getting stranded on a planet probably could have been left out of this movie because they don't really do much for the plot and they kind of just get through them super quickly. Like whenever they get stranded with a character that we get introduced named Star Fox, who, if I'm not wrong, I think he has his own movie coming out, and he's actually one of the biggest issues I keep seeing people talk about in this movie is how Star Fox has way more screen time than Rosalina, which yes, I agree with because he is just a cameo character, but I don't feel like he takes away from the movie overall, and I think he fits in pretty well. Like, people I think are overreacting in that aspect. But we're about to get into some things, and this is where the movie goes fully like chaotic, but it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. I'm gonna be completely honest, because let's be real, if you're going to watch this movie, you either are a Mario fan or you didn't go into this movie expecting some really deep story. But yeah, with that out of the way, I want to get into like Rosalina and like Peach's reunion really fast because they didn't see each other for, I don't know, maybe 10 plus years. And please in the comments correct me if I'm wrong, but in this movie they're actually sisters, and I'm pretty sure that has never been in any of the games or any of the other stories with Mario. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I don't remember seeing anything like that, but it makes so much sense for the story they told in this movie, and honestly, I'm 100% here for this change. But yeah, with the realization that they are sisters in this movie, Peach is now more determined than ever to save Rosalina, so she and Mario rush to Planet Bowser to go save her. And the sequences that follow, I actually did really enjoy. Like, I'll get to one specific thing I really liked in a minute, but first I want to talk about the final fight because the way they go between like baby Bowser's point of view and him looking at a screen, which is like a one-to-one replica of the video games, and just that back and forth with the different perspectives, like I think that was probably one of my favorite aspects of the entire movie. But after this fight is over and once they defeat Bowser for the first time, I might add, he comes back as Dry Bowser, and I already mentioned earlier how I didn't like how he turned fully heel again, but with that aside, I loved this design, and the ending of this movie, I actually didn't mind it even though it was rushed. And talking about the ending of this movie wastes no time, and in my opinion, the most standout thing about this final fight is how good the animation is. Like, I don't even know how they managed to get his magic paintbrush to look as good as it did, because I've tried animation and let's just say I retired and quit doing it very early on because it's probably one of the hardest things to do. Oh, and remember Rosalina? I know the movie kind of forgot about her up to this point. Like, she goes from being a prominent character to being forgotten about in captivity to being a really big prominent character again, which makes sense, but I hear she's a major part of the games, so having her not be in a lot or most of the movie, I can see how that could really upset people. Again, I'm just a casual Mario fan, so I didn't really mind it that much. And I have to mention this. The music and sound design in this movie are just so amazing. Like from the very first scene, you already feel the nostalgia in every moment. Like they don't just play the OG sounds, they mix them in with actual sounds of what's happening in the scene. And there's a bunch of different remixes that you can still tell that's what it is. And man, oh man. Let's not forget about the animation, because I know I've brought it up a bunch throughout this video. Among a lot of other things, like the visuals did not let me down at all. But my biggest issue with this movie is that they introduce a lot of plot points and then either don't wrap them up at all or get past them way too fast. And I don't know if they're gonna wrap it up in the sequel or in the future movie or whatever they might do, but I just think for just a standalone sequel, they should have tied up a bit more loose ends before ending the movie. And right now, I want to get into some sequel talk, because at the very end post-credit scene, we see Princess Daisy, I think her name is, right? And that's Luigi's girlfriend from the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if down the line they release a Luigi movie. But yes, do not listen to the critics. If you love the Mario games, then you'll probably love this movie. And even if, like me, you were just a casual Mario fan, then you'll like it too. But don't go into this movie expecting a deep story. That's my biggest takeaway. Just go into it and enjoy the visual movie. Plus, it's literally Mario. And drop a comment down below and tell me what your favorite part of this movie was. And if you're new here, stick around. We talk about stuff like this all the time. And as always, stay curious and keep the conversation going.